afternoon or evening, whatever time you happen to be watching this one. But either way, welcome back to another vlog from us. I appreciate it has been a while since we last spoke. It's been a long while, in fact. I want to say it's been around 6 or 7 weeks since I last uploaded anything to YouTube, which, yeah, I've been slacking as a vlogger. I wouldn't really call myself that. I just call myself as someone that likes to share my horsey life on the internet. But not really much has been going on in our horsey life. It's all been very quiet over here, hence the reason that I've not updated you all. But that is the highs and lows of horses, isn't it? Sometimes you're sky high, you're having the best time ever. Other times, well, you're rock bottom, aren't you, and nothing's really going on. So that is why today I'm going to bring you a little update video, because obviously last time I spoke to you, it was when I turned the traditional cob into a sports cob and I cut all his hair off in prep for his upcoming visit to the vets, where he was off to try and find out what was wrong with him. Anyway, we've been to the vets, we've got our diagnosis, I'm not entirely sure you can call it that, but anyway, we've got a plan of action to move forward and hopefully pop this all behind us. So I thought I'd bring you along today, probably not today, just for the morning, and just share with you what I know, which isn't a great amount, but anyway, let's go. Word of warning, if a chatty, talking a lot at the camera is not your kind of vibe and you're here for all the action, then you might want to skip this one, because there's not going to be a lot of action, but there is going to be a lot of talking. So yeah, that's not for you. Move on. Good morning, piglets. How you doing? Hello, sweetie. Hello. Good morning, Rem Ram. Hello, my darling. Good boy. Rough night, was it? Rough night. You silly Billy, aren't you? Should we get you both some breakfast? Crack me up, mate. Crack me up. Yes, you do. So, what's been happening, Rem Rem? He's happy, tucking into his morning hay. I guess I'll just start from the beginning. So we took him over to the vets. Oh, so it was literally the week after that video. So what, six weeks ago? I can't remember the exact date, but yeah, we took him over to the vets for a full lameness workup. We were there for, I want to say, about 5.5 hours in total. He was a very good boy. He was poked, he was prodded, he was lunged 1,000 times. He was trotted up more times, I think, than he's ever been trotted up in his life. Nerve blocked here, there and everywhere. So it's his back end, I was going to say, it's his back legs, both sides, so bilaterally he was lame. One side slightly worse than the others, weren't you? So his right side is his worst side. The conclusion was that basically his entire back end is screwed. No, that's probably a little OTT. Nothing that isn't able to be fixed, but when the vet's like, oh, that's not quite right, his hocks aren't quite right, his stifle isn't quite right, his fetlocks aren't quite right, his tendon sheath isn't quite right, you start thinking, oh my goodness, this poor pony, what have we done? But the conclusion was, it is literally just wear and tear, which makes me again think, oh my God, have I hammered him too much? And the answer is no. He has a very easy life. He has worked quite hard. Obviously he's a heavier guy, and we do not a lot of jumping, but we do jumping, so I don't know whether it's come down to some of that. But the vet kind of reassured me that this isn't abnormal. It's, you know, it's something that happens fairly regularly. He would see it fairly regularly. But yeah, we did walk away feeling like, oh, poor pony. But we were kind of left reassured that hopefully, well, no, not hopefully, it is very much fixable. Now, Remy actually needed several places medicating. I think he had 10 injections in total. In the stifle, I believe there's three or four in each, so in 2 stifles. So that takes up an awful lot of the amount. So he had both stifles injected, and then other places too. The vet used a combination of HA and then steroid in some places as well that needed that extra kind of, I want to say it's like coating. It's probably not a technical term, but that's just how I'm processing it in my head. Obviously, I'm not a vet. He had all of that done, and again, he was an absolute angel. I wasn't with him that time as I had to go to work, but Kelly, his owner, shock horror, I don't own Remy. Lots of people are always surprised when I say I don't own him. No, I just have him in full loan. But yeah, Kelly was with him, holding your hoof the whole way, wasn't she? Our vet was very good, and we are actually allowed to go into the clinic with them, so that was quite nice, even though he was sedated for the whole thing. So probably didn't have much of a clue about what was going on, did you, Rem? But no, he was a very good boy. He is so easygoing. Like, he can be an absolute pain when you want to do mundane things with him, but when you're kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty and you need to do the serious stuff and you really need him to be on his best behaviour, he just always comes up trumps, don't you? He's such a poppet. But yeah, so that was that. Came home, he then had to have a week off, and then we can get cracking with the ridden work. So that's kind of where we are now. We are on week 2 of bringing Remy back into work. We are still at the very exciting stage of just walking only. So like I say, I did warn you that it wasn't going to be very exhilarating, but yeah, we're at the walking stage, which is so much more than we were doing. So it already feels like a massive step in the right direction. Anyway, let's tack up and go for a ride. Yeah, and I shall explain a little bit more about the rehab process and what we are doing to hopefully get him feeling back to where he was, but if not, even better than he was before. I am a big fan of the whiteboard anyway, but I have found it an invaluable tool throughout this rehab process. It literally gives us an idea of where we are, where we should be, who's here, who's not here, when he needs to get ridden, when he can have a day off. Basically, it is the Bible and we are living by it. I will spin you round so you can have a closer look in detail. So this is a general overview of week 2 of the rehab. Thursday is going to be the start of week 3, so that's when we can start thinking about trotting, which is exciting. But this is just what we've been up to, or what we will be up to for the rest of this week. So yesterday he had the farrier, so I actually switched these days around. So he did 20 minutes of walking on the long lines. Today we're going to do a 30-minute ride. So we've been hacking. We haven't been in the arena at all. I've been doing all his work out and about so we can keep it on straight lines and that sort of thing. Wednesday he'll have a day off. I'm actually going away. Sounds really exciting, but I'm going away with work, so it's not that exciting. Thursday he will do some work, so Kelly will ride him. She can either do 30 minutes riding or she can walk him on the long lines for 30 minutes. Friday he will have another day off, just makes it easier for Kelly so she's not having to do so much during the week whilst she's working. I'm back on Saturday, and Saturday's really exciting because we can start trotting. Literally, I think it's trotting for 2 minutes. Yay. But yeah, that's exciting. And then Sunday will long. you. Honestly, I'm gonna say never work with children or animals. You're a child and an animal, movie, because you're a baby. No, don't do it again. Oh, boo boo, what's she like? Also, no, I haven't done anything else with his mane. It still looks as, how would we even describe this, bushy and as thick as it did 6 weeks ago. My excuse now is I'm not going to do anything with it until we actually take him out, which is obviously not going to be for a little while. So, I don't know, no one's seeing us. We're not, that's a lie. If I put this video anywhere, people will see it. But in my head, it's literally just us at the farm. So the only person that sees it is me and Kelly. I don't know, we're rolling with it. I mean, it's not too horrendous, is it? It's passable. Passable as I'm not sure what, but oh, I don't know. Yeah, you agree or disagree? I don't know. You're just mortified, aren't you, that we took your hair off? Look at those legs. They also show up his CPL really badly as well now. So CPL, chronic progressive lymphedema. I believe that's the right word. Basically, it's all to do with their lymphatic system. Very common in horses that are heavily feathered, so cobs, shires, Friesians, that sort of thing. Basically, their lymphatic system isn't that great. But yeah, it then creates these folds in the skin, which is what that is. So that's why his legs are really weird. Weird, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? But yeah, that's why they're bumpy, lumpy bumpy. So CPL is something that he will always have. There is no cure. There's nothing to make it go away, but it's one of those conditions that can be managed with the appropriate treatment. So it's great that we have clipped his hair off, because if we hadn't have clipped his hair off, we never would have discovered that he had it. At the moment, there's no kind of weeping sores or anything like that. So I think we're on top of it. It's one of those things. Cheers. What was I saying? Children and animals. It's one of those things that I think we'll learn more about as we go along. But so far, so good. So far, so good. Everything seems to be under control. Let's hope it stays that way. So yeah, that's another complaint. Not a complaint, another ailment that we've got to deal with. I was of the understanding that cobs were fairly low maintenance. You are the most high maintenance horse I think I've ever had. Total diva, and now he's got all these health issues as well. What were we saying about you? What was I saying anyway? Riding time. We've picked a beautiful day to take you out and about with us. Absolutely stunning, especially as the weather here has been pants recently. It's literally just been grey skies, raining, and that's it really, grey skies and raining. Just a combination of those two. But this is a lovely day. The plan we are following is a combination of one from our vet, so obviously we are following his advice, but then also I saw this bringing back into work plan over on Instagram. A lovely lady, an osteopath actually, had popped together this 6-week bringing back into work plan, and she shared it back at the beginning of the year when the first lockdown in the UK had ended. Obviously lots of people had decided to give their horses a bit of time off over that time, so she shared this so that everyone could use it if they wish to bring their horses back into work safely and without running the risk of injury. Obviously that is something we are desperately trying to avoid, having had well, it's been, what, nearly 4 months off work, because obviously he was off at the end of August when I broke my ankle, and then this whole lameness debacle started. So he has had quite a significant period of time off work. So the last thing I want to do is, I don't know, strain anything or anything like that. So yeah, we are sticking to the guidance to the T. So it starts off with some long lining, which we actually did. I guess you could use your own judgment on this, but Remmi, having had a bit of time off, he's more likely to kind of bugger off with you, for want of a better word. If you pop the saddle on him, he will start jogging. Not every time, but what I'm saying is yeah, if he's had a bit of time off, he will be like very excited that he's finally going out. So he's more likely to want to go if you're actually on top of him. He's actually quite mannerly on the ground. So initially we long lined him for 20 to 25 minutes a day for the first week. We literally did it around the farm. We're very lucky that we've got loads of off-road hacking, so we don't have to come into contact with anyone or any cars or anything like that. So it was all perfectly safe. So that was a really good start for us. Week 2, which is what we are on now. We're back on board now, which is lovely. It's so nice to be back behind these lovely little ears. What's he seen over there? Oh, the llamas are right. Llamas? They're not llamas. We have alpacas at the farm, and they've been here, what, I don't know how many years now, but they are still very frightening. One day they might actually get you, might they, Rem? They might actually get you. They won't, they're behind bars. But I don't know. I used to think you were quite clever, but actually you're probably not that switched on. Oh no, they've got sheep over there. Sheep are his worst nightmare. Sheep and cows. Believe it or not, for a horse that actually looks like a cow, he is petrified of them. Petrified. We've got all that to look forward to when we eventually go out and about again. But yeah, as I was saying, we were on week 2. So yes, back on board, which is really nice. So I've kind of been alternating the days. So he's done, well, he's probably done 4 or 5 bits of what he will have done by the time the week is up. We're going from Thursday. That is when our 3-week mark is, and Thursday brings, I think it's 10 minutes of trotting. So you split that up, I think, into 60-minute intervals at a time, but basically every ride can include 10 minutes of trotting, which is very exciting. Trotting, he's itching to go a little bit faster, but yeah, so we'll probably do that. We will do week 3 again, probably out and about, and then week 4 you can up the trotting. So I think you can do 15 or 20 minutes of trotting, but I'll probably start introducing him back into the school and thinking about things then, keeping it all pretty simple, nice and long and low, nice and stretchy, as much as he allows. I'm sure he'll be very excited to be doing a bit of work. But yeah, so that's week 4. Week 5, don't actually know what week 5 is. Hold the line, let me look it up. So there's the alpacas. Oh, what are they? They're new. Are they goats? I think we might have some goats now here as well. No wonder why you're spooking. But there they are. They live there. Hello. Hi. Oh, he's listening to me. That's so cute. Oh no, I think he's actually just listening to the dog over there. Oh, dog, don't scare them. Yeah, I love all these guys. My favourite is the brown one over the back there. I really want one. For Christmas, please may I have an alpaca? Oh, dog, don't scare them. Are you watching them, Rem? Yeah. Come on then. What was I saying about doing continuous walk without getting distracted by those guys? Oh, hi. Oh, look, that's a better view of the alpacas. We'll show them to you another day. Shush. And isn't it gorgeous? You can see the amount of rain we've had. Look at the fields. Anyway, as I was saying, week 5 actually includes canter. So you do a little bit more trot, and you can do, I think it was 15 minutes of canter. I will correct myself if I'm wrong on the screen somewhere. But yeah, 15 minutes of canter. And you can increase the trot as well, and you can also start doing some strenuous hills. So that might be the time when we actually start going hacking out and about again. Where we are, it's very flat, so there's no strenuous hills at home, But we, if you want to do something a little bit more exciting, we take them out in the box or the trailer, and we go to the downs. So plenty of hills there, Rem. And then week 6 is just upping it again. So doing a little bit more of what you were doing. 2021 is our year, by the way, Rem. 2020, like for most of us, has literally been a wipeout. But I feel like ours even more so, because obviously the end of 2019 for us was pretty pants because we had strangles, so we couldn't go anywhere then. So literally since September 2019, I feel like all we've done, well, it's nothing really. So in that time we've been to 5 competitions, which is insane because, well, I imagine at the peak of it all there would have been times when we'd have done 5 in 1 month. But such is life, c'est la vie and all that. You happy to be out though, aren't you, Really happy. It's nice. Nice just to get some fresh air. I think he was genuinely getting quite bored with it all. He enjoys work, don't you? He likes having a purpose in life, I'm sure. You're not very good at being a field ornament, that's for sure. I don't think you are destined to ever live in the field. You actually like going out. He loves going out in the trailer to new places. So sad because the other day he heard a van at the farm and he was like, oh, am I going somewhere? But no, it was just the DPD delivery driver. Just gonna hack down the lane now. So the more observant of you, or certainly those that follow us over on Instagram, will know that Hardy is not actually with the gang at the moment. So Hardy is our little companion pony. He's a Shetland cross Welshie, and usually he keeps Remi and Mara company, along with a lot of other things, aka causing lots of chaos. But at the moment he is down the lane and he's babysitting a friend's horse. So usually when we ride past, he's always very excited and very happy to see Remington. Let's see if we can get him. Hardy! 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 Oh, well, that's the biggest anticlimax I think I've ever seen. Hardy! Hello? Hello? Great. He's usually the chattiest of ponies as well. So there's his little mate over there. Oh, he's been keeping company. Oh well. Bye then. Bye. Oh. Disappointing, Hard. Disappointing. So we received a few messages, quite a few in fact, asking what is exactly wrong with Remi. So that is part of the reason behind wanting to pop this video together, to kind of explain what's been going on really. It certainly wasn't a case of trying to hide anything or anything like that. At one point there wasn't really a lot to tell. In fact, there was nothing to tell, which is why we didn't share anything. But yeah, we have received lots of lovely messages from you all, giving him lots of well wishes, which has certainly made a pretty rubbish time a lot more bearable, and certainly was a nice little pick-me-up. I think we will wrap this one up here. I did warn you that it was going to be very chatty and not a lot of action. Isn't that right, Remington? Yeah, so apologies for that, but I've missed it. I love popping together videos. I like popping them and putting them in a place where I can watch them back just as much as I enjoy sharing them with you all and getting all your feedback and your comments. I love replying to comments. I love reading them all. I read every single one. I do miss making videos. I find it a lot easier obviously when we've got a lot more going on. The ones where we're going out and about are very easy to make. You've got a subject and it's nice just bringing you along for the day. That is very much what we're about. I like making an online video diary, and that's kind of what our YouTube is. So when you've not got a lot going on, obviously that's null and void. It's pretty hard to find things to document. There's only so much. Oh my goodness, he's going to have a play in the water now. Is that not really cold? yeah, there's only so much you can actually share. He's actually drinking out of this muddy water. Rem, is that not disgusting? And ice cold, I can hear the ice cracking. Oh gosh. Oh no, that's my reins. Oh, there we go. That was, thank you, crisis averted. What have you seen over there? You've actually got mud all over your face. You little weirdo. Come on then. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't even know what I was saying, but basically, yeah, that is what we're about. Thank you for sticking with us. Sorry we've been quiet. Hopefully next year things will be on the up, the world will open up again, shows will be able to resume, we'll be able to go back to lessons and things like that. So yeah, obviously it all depends on how he goes. He's got a check-up at the vet's next week to see how he's doing. So fingers crossed that is that's all going to be well and good. But the vet is really positive. I was like, when he said he needed to have all this all his joints medicated and things like that. But actually, looking into it, it's actually quite common. And lots of professionals and top sport horses, they have their joints medicated as just part of their general kind of regime to keep them going and to keep them healthy. So it's certainly nothing to be ashamed of or anything like that. Anywho, I will love you and leave you now. I'll let you be on your way. I've probably bored you senseless with all this random chatting. Hopefully it's informative chatting, and it kind of gives you just a little insight into where we are at. Yeah, because I kind of left you on a cliffhanger being like, he's going off to the vets in the last one, and then just never said anything else. But yeah, that is why I wanted to do this today. I'm not sure what you will see from us yet. I might try and pop a few videos together. I've got a couple in mind. I want to do maybe like a few days in the life of us. If you didn't know, I actually work as airline cabin crew, flight attendant, that sort of thing. So I thought it might be quite nice to see how I combine that, international travel, and going away with horses, because it's certainly a unique setup, and yeah, one that I'm not entirely sure how we make work half the time, but we do. And the other one, I was going to do what I feed them. We've got 3, and they're all 3 very different horses. So you've got Remmi, who's a paw doer, Mara, who literally just looks at food and puts on weight, and then you've got Hardy, he suffers with EMS, so laminitic. So yeah, 3 different horses on 3 fairly different diets. So that might be quite interesting. That is all from us. We shall definitely leave you now, as the ponies are going to go out in their field, enjoy some time out in there. Aren't you? Yeah. Say thank you very much to everyone for listening and for watching. If you've made it this far, if you have made it this far, you deserve a medal. You would also deserve one of my cookies that I made yesterday. I made lotus Biscoff spread and white chocolate chip cookies. Sensational, even if I do say so myself, and I'm not a baker. I would give you one of those, but I can't because I've eaten most of them. But yes, goodbye. I'm not sure why I'm rambling. Oh, Rem, leave her alone.